Hey, what's up, my friends? John Hiley here with Tactical Dent TX. I'm going to show you exactly from start to finish how I'm going to glue pull this crease. We're going to, first off, prep the panel. As you see, I actually put some alcohol on it, and now I'm actually running a torch over the panel to get the moisture out of it. I'm going to go ahead and drop on some Sergio's cold glue here. This is actually Sergio's Gold. Right there's my second pull. Cold glue is very interesting. Sometimes you feel like you're hitting direct center, and it can pull to the right, it can pull to the left. So what you're actually seeing on these pulls is it pulling slightly to the left side of the damage. Was definitely able to bring it up a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and knock this down and go back in and readjust my pulls. Was able to clean that residue off with some Rupes residue remover. The blue stuff works incredibly well when removing the residue. So you can see there, I created a high spot, but the high spot was on the back side of the damage. Go ahead and just knock it down. And this right here, I could have easily edited this part out, but I didn't want some of y'all to be discouraged if you did do some cold glue and you felt like it didn't hit center, because what I do after this knockdown session, really we've got our original crease here that may be a little bit smaller, but what I did was I started dropping the cold glue to the right hand side of it. So I knew that it pulled to the left. So if you can see there how that circle is almost to the right hand side of the damage, and see how it just pulls the center up now absolutely perfectly. You'll definitely be able to see once we clean this off with the Rupes residue remover. And it's important, some of y'all are using alcohol that you use to clean off the panel whenever you're using traditional hot glue. I find that alcohol is very hard to get off cold glue residue, but this Rupes residue remover works incredibly well. I've also heard some things about Wiley's Quick Tools has a residue remover. But you can see, guys, how this perfectly pulled the center out of that damage. Perfectly pulled the center out of it. And what I love about cold glue pulls is that cold glue does not severely over-pull it. So glue pulling, you can actually over-pull the damage, and you're risking collateral damage while doing the knockdown work when you're bringing that high spot down. So it's like, why risk all that additional miss knockdown where you put a little dot here and there when you can actually pull it almost to its perfect point to where it's much easier to do your knockdown work. And so I purposely turned down the knockdown sound on this because I really didn't want it to override the tutorial, but I also didn't want to leave the sound out simply because I wanted you to get a little bit better of an experience here on the video. You can see I got a little high spot down here in this corner. Just busy tapping that out. I will tell you that cold glue goes very well with blending. So anytime that you can do blending, if you can do that with a blending hammer, you can also blend with a hammer and knockdown. Cold glue is going to help you make quick work out of any pull that you take with it if you're good at blending, especially on rails. Many of you know rails need blended quite often. All right, so you can see here I'm pointing to a spot here because there's a little low right there. A little low right there. I don't know if you could see that very well on the camera, but this is really me just analyzing the damage and taking a look at some of the other additional pulls that I'm going to have to make. And I think this one's it. I think this we might make one other pull on it. But after we put this thing through a really nice knockdown session, it should turn out very well, incredibly well. And so here, I was doing all my knockdown work with the camera right in front of my face, and that is incredibly hard to get this tight reflective angle that I need to be able to really knock this thing down. So what you're seeing here is me standing way, way back, and the first thing you see me do is push the light even further back, so that way that I can really see a tight reflective angle on that high spot to get it knocked down absolutely the best that it can be. And so I'd like to have you in this journey with me, but unfortunately, if you could imagine, the camera would be right in front of my face. Now, I do now work a lot with the Oakley Meta glasses, but it tends to overshoot the dent just by a little bit. So here you go, my friends. This is the finished result of some cold glue and a nice knockdown session. Now you can see it all here in the natural as well. Anyhow, y'all, I appreciate you for coming along in this tutorial, and I hope I can see you on the next one.